Hello guys and welcome back to a new video. Today we have on test drive the brand new Volkswagen T-Roc 2026 version, and in this video we will drive it on the highway, in the traffic, in the city. So we will test the consumption, the sound insulation, we talk about suspension, we talk about gearbox, we talk about everything. Now guys, if you are in Bucharest, in Romania or around here, you want to test drive the car, buy the car, see the car, definitely check out Euro Techno Group. I will leave the link in the description also on the screen. They are super nice. They already have the car on test drive, so definitely check them out because they are nice. The version that I have with me is the Life version, is the second version after Trend. It comes with a 1.5 liter as all, 4 cylinders in line, 150 horsepower. So you have two, normally on T-Roc, on new T-Roc you have two different powertrain, 115 horsepower or 150 horsepower. I have the 150, the most powerful version. It comes with IQ light, you already saw here, very beautiful LED lights on the rear, plus the logo now it's illuminated also on the rear, also on the front, also the handles are illuminated. I will have a night video, definitely check it out to see more information about the lights, about the car and how they work on some dark streets. I love the front grille, it's much more wider and brighter than before, and it looks a little bit like Audi. So it adds some nice insertions around here. We have the smallest rims, 16-inch rims, a lot of gummy. That mean will help a lot over the bumps. So that's something to keep in mind on this test drive, because I have the smallest and I have a lot of gummy. Plus the front suspension are normal. We have independent on the front and on the rear multi-link independent. But you can get DCC, dynamic chassis control, optional. So you can get those adaptive suspension with one valve. So it's not two valves like on Tiguan or Q3, but it's just one valve like the previous. But from my point of view, after I drive it, I think those are also nice. It comes also with a new handle. This is how you unlock, open the doors. These are the seats. On this version we have the textile material seats with side support. They are very comfortable. Shoulder support, I would say they are pretty good. I wouldn't change them. They are manual adjustable, so you can adjust it from here, here and there. Normal pedals. This is the interior. The steering wheel, it's in leather. Quite nice layout here, very modern layout. Here we have textile material around here, and also here on the door. It looks much more slim and sleek and simple when you have the handle here. I like that. They kind of win this space here. You can adjust the steering wheel manually. Plenty of adjustment. I like that on Volkswagen. Always you have plenty good adjustment on the steering wheel, on the seats. They are very comfortable. Very good visibility around the car. It's a big difference, to be honest, to the previous version. So it's totally look different, even though it's built on MQB platform like the Volkswagen Golf is. So yeah, this is quite a difference. I want to give you some technical data and then we will start driving. As I said, this new T-Roc for the moment come only with a mild hybrid 1.5 liter 4 cylinder, 115 horsepower or 150 horsepower, which we have today, 150 horsepower. And as I said, 1.5 liter 4 cylinders in line, plus one electric motor, 18 horsepower, plus a 48 volt battery. It's only front wheel drive, but from next year Volkswagen promised that will come also a full hybrid system. I can't wait to see it. Also a 404R version with 333 horsepower, so we can wait to see that. Automatic transmission, 7-speed DSG, and 150 horsepower, 250 newton meters. Top speed 196 km per hour, 0 to 108.9 seconds. Consumption around 5.6 liters. We will test it in this video. Highway, traffic, city and so on. CO2 emission 127 grams, and the weight of the car on this version it's 1445 kilograms. Also drag coefficient is 0.29. It's 12 centimeters longer than the previous version, also more space in the trunk, 20 liter more, and turning circle it's 11.1 meter. The price, I know you're wondering, the starting price for the Trend, the most cheap version is 28,715 euro, but for the version that I have with me start at 31,623 euro, and with all option it goes up to 37,560 euro. Depending on which country you are, the price might be different. Let's drive it. Here we have the stop engine button. This is how you start it. Right now it's on. And then here you have this wheel for the volume, but you have this wheel also for driving mode, so you can switch between Eco, Comfort, Sport, or Individual. If you go to Individual, you can also configure it further. Driving dynamics, Comfort or Sport. You have the steering here, Comfort or Sport. You have the drive mode, Eco, Comfort, Sport. Adaptive cruise control, light assist, and air conditioning. You can also configure it on the individual mode, but we will drive today also with Eco, Comfort, and you can see every single mode will react differently. But the cool thing is that the steering wheel, you have Comfort or Sport, and the driving dynamic and the drive mode, you can configure it. We will drive in Eco mode today. You can also switch between atmospheres. So here basically you can switch from here, you can configure that, or you can switch directly on the screen. So you can change also the ambient light and the colors of the displays. I like very much the fact that this 13-inch screen, it's tilted a little bit to the driver, so you have a very good control. You can configure it and switch from here very easy. For example, the climatic system, which will be on all this trip for the test. And you have also here some touch sensitive controllers for the climatic system and different setup. And the ergonomy is good, even though you don't have physical buttons here for the climatic system. I feel like you can switch easy, but I like that on the steering wheel you have pedals behind the steering wheel to change the gears manually, and you have physical button here to configure it. For example, here on the left side, autopilot and all that, adaptive cruise control, and here we have some buttons to configure the screen and what you would like to see on the screen, for example. So you can also configure it in more ways. Sadly, it's a brand new car, so we cannot have the navigation system. So basically we need to have it like installed in order to have it work. But the good thing is that I will have a separate video where I will show you that as well. We will reset also the consumption in a second, but otherwise you can kind of configure the screen. I will show you in the review video a little bit more in detail. I want to reset the consumption, and as I go I will give you more info. So since start reset and long term, I will reset this too, so we'll reset both of them so they start at 0. So let's go in drive. Here is the selector. You can go in drive, you can go in reverse. So the car comes with a reverse camera, so you have the reverse camera as well, where you can see different things. You can see it in wide, in a normal view. On this version comes standard. All the cars in Europe have to come with a reverse camera, and it has also the active lines. But it has also this park assist that, for example, help you park. If you want to park the car, you can drive in a parking lot, and then the car will find for a parking lot, and when the car is finding the parking lot, it will definitely park itself. I tested a little bit earlier, and it works pretty good for a car that have only the parking sensors and not the let me show you, maybe we can do it there, and not the, or maybe here, not the cameras. It has only sensors. You can go to park assist, and now the car, it's searching for the parking lots. You see it already find one there, but we can go along, maybe it's find another one, maybe here. The thing is that only the park between other cars it's working. Is not working for example here, if it's just the lanes, it's not working if the car sees only the parking lanes or parking paint, if that makes sense. It has to be close to another vehicle, like it is here. For example, if you go around here, and then the car probably should find or should see that parking lot, and then it should definitely park. Or maybe here between those two, searching for parking space. You see it right now, it's searching. Now it's find one, you choose front or rear, and then you press start, and then now the car is definitely start to park. And let's see how it works. I have my foot over the brake just for the safety, because I don't trust too much those systems. So it shows you until where it goes, but I still want to keep the control now. I have my foot here, I don't want to let it go too much. So you just play a little bit with the pedal, for the safety. Even though it has this parking sensor, so it knows, basically the car knows what it's doing very well. I'm still very cautious and having my foot over the brakes just to control the movement and how fast, because sometimes the cars feel like going too fast and I'm a little bit scared. But look, it's doing great, So self-parking, great job. Now let's drive it on the street. You can put the gear also in S, in sport mode, if you want to, but we will have it simple for the moment. It comes with auto hold, electronic handbrake, all those came automatic, so you can take them off automatically. So yeah, let's go out. 11.1 meters the turning circle. I like very much that in eco mode the steering wheel, it's very assisted, it's pretty light, the steering wheel. I like that. And for a compact, subcompact city SUV, I think it's perfect because it's agile, it's easy to control, it's easy to maneuver around the corners. It's very good visibility around the windows, very good. The A-pillar, it's very small, and yeah, you have very good visibility outside. You have also a tall driving position, which is good. So from this point of view, I like it. I like that. Also, it has a relatively good price, to be honest. So it's not bad from the point of view of price for what it offers. It's a mild hybrid system. What that's supposed to mean? That's supposed to mean it has an 18 horsepower electric motor plus a 48-volt battery that help the petrol engine. It's not capable of driving in electric mode, just in a mix mode. So that means it helps the petrol engine to have a faster reaction, a faster acceleration, faster impulse when you cross pass, when you accelerate, when it starts, sometimes when it's cruising, and so on. And also this smart engine, you probably know that it's capable of switch off the cylinders. Like now, you see it says coasting here. So now it's completely off. It can coast also at high speed on the highway, constant speed. Yeah, from time to time it's coasting, it's switching the cylinders as well, up to 2 cylinders from what I remember. So that means will reduce the emission, reduce the consumption. And the electric motor is basically helping the engine to react faster, and you can definitely feel that when you accelerate, and you will see also a little bit later in the video. I will try to definitely show you that. It's quite smart. Other than that, the sound insulation, even though the car doesn't have double glass, the sound insulation seems to be very good from outside. And I test today the car and I drive it a lot, and now we are between other cars. It's windy outside today, and you basically don't hear too much noise from outside. This is something that I like a lot. It's very silent. You didn't need double glass, to be honest. And also on the highway, and we will go on the highway and you will see that a little bit later in this video. And we will go also in the city, like super traffic, so you can see definitely what to expect from the consumption. And yeah, this city here, it's basically one of the most crowded city in the world and in Europe, and it's a good test. It's a real life worst test scenario, so in your country maybe it's better, so you can expect that better results. So yeah, from this point of view, it's good. Then the fact that we have that 16-inch wheels with plenty of gummy on the tire, that helped the car suspension a lot. And I would say they are so comfy, and the bushings, the arms, they feel such a good quality. You'd never hear it when you go over big bumps, so you don't hear it. You feel like it's very good quality. I'm really curious to see on 20-inch or 18-inch how it is, but on 16 it's extremely comfortable. And I will go with 16. Why is that? 16 have better economy, 16 are cheaper to buy and change, and they have also better comfort and also better sound. They make less sound on the highway because they have more gummy, so they can take more vibration, more sound, and yeah, they're really good. So the car, it feels so smooth, so I don't know, so refined with those tires. And in terms of suspension, I was really happy and surprised how good they are. Steering wheel in eco mode, it's very light, so you can control very easy the car. In sport mode, if you press here and move it in sport mode, it becomes a little bit stiffer, but it's still light, you know, even if it's in sport mode. Even when you are on the highway and you move a little bit faster, you feel like it's quite soft. And I wish to be a little bit stiffer in sport mode, you know, set up a little bit. I think they can do this also through a software update, no problem. Just a little bit to have, because on the highway it has good stability, good sound insulation, great power, but you know, it's like it doesn't feel, when you go left right, it doesn't feel super stable, you know, if that makes sense. That's why I think they designed this car to be more comfortable. And you know, people that buy this car, and even me, if I will buy it, I will prefer it like that than stiffer, very light, very soft steering wheel. And I think it's good setup. There are just things that I wish personally for me to be, yeah, different, but not too many. Just this one, maybe a little bit stiffer, the steering wheel in the sport mode. And other than that, I can't wait to see the full hybrid system on this car, because I think this car have great potential, and I can't wait to see the all-wheel drive version, the R, with 333 horsepower. I think they will be a beast. And yeah, this is exciting. I think this car, it's really good. Otherwise, the gearbox, it's running so smooth, so nice. It's changing the gears extremely well. And to be honest, I think it's probably one of the best, you know, in terms of how smooth and nice it's running. And in combination with the engine, it's doing a great job. The engine is also very silent. Even when you go in sport mode and you try to accelerate very aggressively, you will see that you will notice that the engine is not, doesn't make any noise, you know, like just very refined, very silent, very nice, very pleasant. And overall, it's a pleasant car to drive. The seats are very comfortable. They are super bright. They are big enough so you can sit here relaxing. And the even though it has the side support here, I like very much the fact that they are really good in terms of side support. So you have a pretty good yeah, you know, support. And they're not very tight side support. They are pretty bright side support. So even a bigger, taller person can sit here very comfortable. And Volkswagen Group always had very good seats. From the point of view of seats comfort, they were always very good from this point of view. So yeah, and this T-Roc is the same thing apply. Very good comfort. And I know in the last period of time, people talk about yeah, how the German car brands, they are kind of suffering because of the sales, and in the future yeah, maybe they will have some problem because of the high prices. But I would say, man, if you drive a Volkswagen and then you drive all those new brands, then you understand, and then you see a difference. And then that's the purpose, and that's the reason why they are also asking a little bit more for the cars, you know, because they offers pretty good cars, right? So those cars are quite good quality. So you can see how many years they work on this gearbox, on these engines. Look at it now. You see, I just accelerate and everything's running so smooth and so pleasant and so linear, and it's changing exactly what it's supposed. Man, this one, it's so good. From this point of view, I love it. So gearbox, engine, it's very good, very silent, it's run good, sound insulation good, comfort good, suspension very good. Now there are things, for example, this one with the steering in sport mode, maybe to be a little bit stiffer. I need to test a little bit more the car. I didn't have, just today was the first day and I drive it just 2 hours, 3 hours. But this one maybe to be better, like more stiffer steering wheel in sport mode. And the other thing is, like, you know, it's a mild hybrid. you don't see the graphic when the car is recuperating the energy. And you know, you have two different modes. If you go here and then you go to recuperation, or in the car settings, you have two levels of recuperation: low recuperation, that the car is almost rolling, or automatically. So automatically mean that the car can also recuperate a little bit more energy when you're braking, or from time to time when you're coasting, for example. And I notice when you're braking, the brakes, the pedals are good quality, it feels good, but sometimes when you're braking, it feels like it's recuperating and then it goes the mechanical brakes, you know. So yeah, you know, I think would be nice to see some graphic with what happened with energy when it's recuperating, when it's not, you know. I think it's capable to do that, and they can do that definitely. And I think the plug-in hybrids version, they already have that, so that graphic will be quite cool and probably useful. I'm not sure if here, if you leave it on status, if it shows you something, but I don't think so. I think it's just a fix. I think it's a fixed view, so it's no graphic. But yeah, in general, it's pleasant. It's pleasant to drive. It's smooth to drive, and refine. We have some traffic here, so the consumption it's big because we had this traffic. And because this car is not a full hybrid, basically the car can switch and coast like it's coasting right now, but it cannot drive in electric mode. So it's just a mild hybrid that helped the petrol engine. It's not a hybrid that it's able to drive in electric mode. So in the future will come next year a full hybrid version, but for the moment it is like that. So when you are in high traffic like we are today, like here, it's very high traffic, right? So we have a lot of traffic. So in these conditions, the car will use more energy, and yeah, the consumption will be higher. But if you're driving in a country, or if you're driving in an area where you don't have too much traffic, then this car will have a good consumption, because when it's rolling like Switzerland, you know, like Germany, some non huge cities like Munich or Frankfurt, traffic hours, then the car will perform very well in terms of consumption. But if you're in a city where you have a lot of traffic, then probably you will have a consumption like in an internal combustion engine, you know. So yeah, but I'm looking forward for the full hybrid to see also how it how will be, depending also where you're driving and how you're driving a lot. But overall, yeah, it's the way it's drive, the way it's built. It's a Volkswagen. It's a car that, you know, it's good build and it's reliable. So if I recommend it, yeah, 100%. If you feel like you resonate and it's good for your use case, yeah, then we'll make, I think, 150 horsepower with electric motor, 18 horsepower. I think it's more than perfect, you know, for every single situation. I go a little bit forward so that that bus in the back can pass. So I don't know if you can see it. It's a bus in the back there. Yeah. Anyway, we stay a little bit in traffic, then we go on the highway, and I hope we won't have so much traffic. I hope after we go on the highway we will have a better flow, you know, so we can drive also a little bit faster, so we can test a little bit also and I can show you also how it's responding on that situations. Normally, as long as you don't move with the car, it has the start-stop system, so it's quite fine. Now you see it's the engine, it's off. Yeah, probably here, you know, at this time, like 15:45, normally it's not too much traffic. Maybe because it's Friday, everybody go home earlier and it's horrible. And yeah, we will stay here probably to this traffic light for around 10 minutes, maybe 15. and then we go on the highway, so it should be better. But until now, in this horrible traffic, you see we just drive like 25 minutes and we make only 2 kilometers and we have 15-liter consumption. So you can see now in the worst scenario consumption style what kind of numbers you can get from the car. So yeah, it's also start to be a little bit night outside. We have very good lights. Also, I will have a separate video in the nighttime where I tested the lights, the headlamps. So definitely check out that video to see the way the lights perform in the dark. So guys, here we are back on the road. After around 20 minutes we stay at that traffic light. That's why I just stopped the camera and now I turn it on, because this is horrible. It's the worst traffic ever. It's like 20 minutes. Look at this, 36 minutes, 2 kilometers. It's just crazy. Like, I wouldn't believe like at this time will be so much traffic, and it's almost night, so I was expecting to finish fast the test drive, but it's almost night. So yeah, anyway, doesn't matter. The thing is like that, we stay there like 20 minutes and we have 36 minutes and we have 2 kilometers. The consumption is 17.7. It's big, because this is horrible. It's the worst condition that you can get in terms of traffic, but at least it's good that we can see what can we expect from this car and traffic. But now, from now on, it should be much better because we go on the highway. So from now on, everything should move a little bit better with the car and with everything. So we will get back. We get back to the what we were talking before. And we will go on the highway. We will drive some fast. I will try to drive faster, so you can see also how the car will react at faster speeds. And also I will also show you the adaptive cruise control with autopilot, and you probably know that on Volkswagen it works really good. This car here, from what I know, doesn't have the IQ drive or ID. I don't remember exactly how it's called. I think it's the IQ light or something like that. Travel assist or something. IQ travel, ID travel, I don't remember. Anyway, that means it doesn't have lane holding assist. It has only adaptive cruise control, accelerate, brake, keep the distance between your car and the car in front. And even now you can set it from here, and right now you set the speed, you set the distance between you and the car in front, and then the car will keep the distance, will accelerate, will brake, will do everything for you. So from here, just like that, you just hold this button, and then right now the car is active. You can see the car right here in the front, in the middle. That shows you what's going on around the car, left and right. You can see right now it's accelerating, but you can also switch from here the speed to have a whatever speed you want to set, and from here you can set the distance. If you want to have it close, you choose to have it close to the car in front, and right now the car is just accelerate, brake, keep the distance, do the job for you. So this is also good. You can see the car in front is braking, my car is braking too, so it's holding this distance automatically, so you don't have to do anything. So you can use it in traffic, but you can use it also on the highway. And it has lane warning and lane keeping assist, like from keep you back and push you back between the lanes, but it doesn't have lane holding assist because you have to have the IQ travel or something like that. They call it, which is also very good. So on Volkswagen I test it also on other models and it works lovely. And also I will test it with the R line version in a separate test drive in 2 weeks, so definitely stay close to see that how it works as well. And there I will test it also on some better conditions, traffic conditions, because now it's like really bad today, but will be also a little bit better as we go in front, so you can see it. So again, now I think until the next intersection we will stay here again around 10 minutes or something like that, and again here will be this really lose about 20 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes for this trip. That's why I stopped a little bit earlier, because it makes no sense. So probably I will stop it also here and then start it when we get to the intersection, so we can, yeah, go smooth. Alright guys, so now it's a little bit better, so we have a little bit of flow here, so you can basically go out on the highway. The bad thing is that it's night. The good thing is that it's like we can test also the IQ lights, the matrix LED headlamps, so that's the good thing. We can go around here. Some people don't know what they want to do, but we know we want to go out here on the highway. And here on the highway we have flow now. We're not going to stay here. Here you can also set, the cruise control from here. You just set very simple the speed from here, and now the car is just basically accelerate, brake, keep the distance between the car in front and your car. And you can see one car come in the front and my car sees, and it's braking automatically, and now it's holding that speed, but in a nice smooth way. So what I noticed is that Volkswagen in the last years improved a lot this system, so it works much nicer, the autopilot. It's from the point of view of holding the distance, accelerate, brake, seeing what's going on around the car, it works much better. From the point of view of lane keeping assist, you see when you go out it's push you back between the lanes, but we don't have that lane holding assist on this car. So yeah, from this point of view you have to go for this optional IQ travel, or I think it's called like that, or travel assist. But yeah, in general this system worked pretty good. This is the blind spot light, you can see there in the corner. Also, by the way, you can deactivate the speed warning from here, just like that, super simple. That's why I tell you, even though the car doesn't have too many buttons around here, it's very ergonomic, because you can switch on and off different settings and features extremely easy. Now here we are on the highway. I take the control. We are in eco mode, but if you want to cross pass other car, you can do it very easy. So I would say 150 horsepower plus that 18 horsepower, yeah, electric motor. I feel like it's more than enough power to cross pass, to go around, and even at higher speed I feel like the car have good sound insulation. You don't hear too much noise from outside, and pretty good control. So the car, it sits on the road extremely well. So yeah, from this point of view, and it's also very windy outside today. I tested a little bit earlier today and I drive even faster, and I felt like it's really good in terms of driving at high speeds. So we will also extend a little bit the test drive on the highway, so we can drive also a little bit faster, so you can make an idea on how the car perform at higher speeds. So you can see at 120 is doing perfect. I mean, very good stability. But when you're driving in sport mode, let's switch to sport mode, and right now the steering wheel, it's a little bit stiffer, but somehow it still feels soft for this type of setup, So I wish at high speeds to have the steering wheel, a little bit more stiffer. The car have very good control. I mean, it sits very well on the road as long as you keep it straight. It has good stability, very good visibility from above here. But when you go in curves left and right, I wish to be a little bit stiffer in terms of suspension. And otherwise the setup of the suspension is good stability, pretty good stability in curves. Now we are in sport mode. The acceleration is much more responsive, so it's responding much more quicker. And you can see right now, guys, 120, it's nothing. You barely hear noise from outside, and it doesn't have double glass. Because you have also that gummy, you barely hear noise from the road, and you barely hear noise from outside, which is gorgeous. And yeah, it's quite comfortable. The seats are super comfy. You have good support, good visibility outside. Yeah, it's perfect. I don't know if I would change something regarding the car. So keep in mind that the car is set up a little bit to the comfort, and if you want to have a sportier feeling and a sportier car with stiffer suspension, go for DCC and you can set it in stiffer, or go for the bigger rims, and then you feel a little bit stiffer, you know, from the rims. You can also change the gears manually from here, from those pedals, so if you want, you can definitely change it very easy. But yeah, overall, and now you see, just holding here the distance, the car, it's also warning you. And also when you're driving around the highway, and if you drive on the national road or on those type of roads, and you kind of cruising, the car is also capable to switch off some of the cylinders in order to give you a better consumption and emission, of course. But otherwise, look at this, 100, it's so smooth and very silent. For a car at this price range, I think it feels definitely premium in comparison with many of the competitors. So yeah, Volkswagen still know how to do really good cars. Even at 120, it's not a huge difference on the highway between 100 and 120. It's still very, very smooth, very pleasant. Now you can see it also in the nighttime a little bit, how the car will perform, and you can see also the headlamps. But yeah, in general, and even over those speed bumps, you barely feel it. On the curves, it has pretty good stability, so I wouldn't complain about stability. It's really good setup, the suspension. It doesn't feel like it's leaning too much in the corners. Surprisingly, you know, because when you're driving fast straight and then you go left right with steering wheel, you feel like you lose a little bit of control. But now when you go in curves, it feels like it has a pretty good stability. So maybe it's just the impression, you know, but overall it's very well built. Now when you accelerate harder, you see that the engine, even though you push it, I press the acceleration, the pedal to the all the way down, you know, you don't hear too much the engine. That's the most impressive thing. The engine is quite silent, even when you're driving in sport mode, pretty aggressive, and that's nice. Look at this, it sits so well on the curves, man. It's so good. The car, it's really stable. Such a good stability. Now when you're pressing the brake, you can feel when the car is recuperating the energy, and then it's moving, you know, recuperating, and then it's moving to the physical brake when you're pressing harder. So yeah, it feels good, but you can definitely, somehow, if you pay attention, you notice, you know, when it's, look, 2-cylinder mode, you see it's writing down there, 2-cylinder mode. So the car is capable to switch to coast and also to 2-cylinder mode when it's just coasting. So you have these options as well. So again, you press the brakes, and then it goes to, yeah, you can see also the consumption in real time. We are still in sport mode. I didn't drive economical at all. I will have a separate video. I will make a separate video where I test the car consumption. So we will drive only in eco mode and normal, not like in this video where we test and accelerate and brakes and super heavy traffic. So we will do also a separate, I will have a separate video, so stay close to see that as well. But yeah, in general, I would say the car performs super well, super well at high speeds, very well. Look, at 120, very good stability, barely hear noise from outside, very comfy. You feel like you're driving a much more expensive car. This is my impression. In many situations, this is my impression, like I'm driving something much more expensive. So this video will be like a 2-in-1, also daytime, also nighttime video, but I will have a separate video also in the nighttime. Look, like 130, man, it's doing lovely. Very good stuff. Lovely car. Yeah, I would say, you know, it feels like you have more than enough power. I don't think you really need more than that. This car can offer. And I feel like in many situations it's quite quick because it has that electric motor that gives you the power instantaneous. So when you accelerate, it gives you instant power to cross past other cars and to move, you know. So this is quite good. You know, even if it's a mild hybrid, it's not capable to drive full electric, you still have that quick response and power that you really need it in many situations. And now braking. And the car is recuperating the energy back into the battery a little bit. You cannot see it, the graphic. I wish I can see that. And also the way it's changing the gears, it's relatively smooth and pleasant. Yeah, the gearbox, it's so smooth. Most of the time you forget it has a gearbox because it's really linear. Feels like most of the time it feels like an electric car. Yeah, they get to a point, Volkswagen get to a point where they improve so much those engines and the gearbox, and it's really good. And now we are still in sport mode, right? Yeah, but you know, Look at the IQ light. You look at the light. It's curved light. So when you go left and right, the light is moving as well, left and right. I don't know if you can see it behind the truck. But yeah, it's super nice to drive, to be honest. Super nice to drive. Of course, it's set up to be a little bit more comfortable. It's on the comfortable side, but it's nice. It's nice. It's pleasant. Now we need power. We need to cross past this truck. Look at this, instantaneous, almost no delay because of that electric motor help. It has just directly. I just pressed acceleration. I like it so much. They did a great job. And also the lights, the matrix lights will adapt depending on the road, depending on the cars in front. It works really, really, really good. Now we can test and set again the adaptive cruise control, and right now the car will accelerate, brake, keep the distance, and do the job automatically. And if you go outside the lanes, will push you back. And yeah, it's definitely working great. Also, those systems from Volkswagen are capable to read the traffic speed limit signs and then lower the speed from adaptive cruise control and autopilot, and also higher the speed, which is very smart. And you can see also nice graphic in front of the screen right there with what happened. Look, now we have 2 cylinders. You see that on the left? It says like now the car is driving in 2 cylinders, 90 km/h, constant speed. It's driving on 2 cylinders are deactivated and just 2 cylinders. This is cruising now. It's really cool. Even if I take the control, I deactivate autopilot, it's still, now it's active both because I press the acceleration. But when the car is knowing it's just cruising, it's just used 2 cylinders. It's so smart. So smart. Again, 2-cylinder mode down there. So if you leave it like consumption, you can see what's going on and when it's switching, when it's switching on and off. So yeah. So it's I told you, there's Volkswagen, they work so much on those engines to make them as efficient as possible. So yeah, a lot of tech, a lot of research, a lot of stuff was putting inside those cars. Now you see that, you saw how smooth was the gearbox. It's gorgeous. And it's so easy to go around. It's so light, it feels so agile. Cross past other cars, no problem. Easy, easy, easy. And it's smooth, it's silent, it's comfortable. I like it, and to be honest, I like it even more in the entry-level version because you have such a good price, around 30,000 euro, and the car is just lovely. I don't think I need more than that. I don't need more expensive seats or electric seats. Why you need electric seats? You can set it like that. You need the IQ lights definitely to have the latest technology when it comes to lights. You have safety features. Yeah, you have all you need in this car. So 30,000, you can get a T-Roc at 30,000. It's top good price for what it offers. And this power, you have more than enough power. You have a pretty good engine. Have also electric motor, combined mild hybrid, pretty good space. Great screens, so you don't need more than those screens, to be honest. I think they are just perfect. Now the consumption, it's from 17, you remember 17.7 in that horrible traffic, we get 7.6 liter, which is very, very good. So it goes all the way down to 7.6. Wow, for this trip is not bad. So normally it's 5.6 liters, but because the car is new, so over 10,000 kilometers tend to have a lower consumption. Let's say because the car is brand new, so it doesn't have that 10,000 kilometer time to, you know, then we can, in the end, we can also lower the consumption with half liter. So now we have 7.5, we can say 7 liters. So yeah. But in general, I would say I'm happy, and we drive in sport mode. We drive pretty, I didn't drive economical. I will have another video where I drive the car, you know, more eco. You can see right now it's coasting. I will drive more, not eco, but in eco mode and just normal, like driving normal. I don't try to accelerate, I'm just driving as a normal person, and then we will see in that video what kind of consumption we can get. But I think you already made an idea regarding this trip. This trip was horrible. I mean, half of the trip in the beginning with all that traffic, we stay like almost 30 minutes for, no, or right, I think more than 30 minutes for 2 kilometers. Now we have 1 hour for 32 kilometers because we drove on the highway and I drive a little bit faster. But yeah, I noticed that the car performed well also at higher speeds. I noticed that the car have good consumption also on higher speeds, because it's able to coast and to switch between cylinders. So yeah, that's definitely good. It doesn't perform as good in high traffic. I hope we get that full hybrid system where we'll perform extremely well in high traffic, but it's performing good on the highway at higher speeds and constant speeds. So that's good, you know, that's a balance. So that's definitely something to, we can go right here. You can see the lights and the brightness of the headlamps, of the matrix headlamps. It's quite good. Of course, I will have a separate video in the night time, so definitely check out that video. We will have to do right here. Definitely check out that video to get more information regarding the lights, and I will show you everything. We will drive on some dark streets so you can make a better idea on how they are looking. But in general, you should expect the best. So they're probably one of the best. You can see right now low and high beam, they're super strong. Not sure if you can see it so well right now, but you can see also the curve screen, well, curve light. When I go left and right, the lights will go left and right. So you can definitely see on the ground how they are performing. But man, surprisingly good. The suspensions are gorgeous. Okay, so we arrive back to Eurotechno Group, which I also recommend to contact them if you are in Romania, in Bucharest. They have free showrooms in the country, and they have also the car on test drive. So if you want to buy it, test drive, see it, definitely check them out. So I will park the car, but I want to show you one more time. We can also activate one more time the park. You go to park assist, you go around here, and then the car will search for the parking lots, and then the car will basically park. Not right here in the front, but here I guess we don't. Let's see here. Okay, you just press with the back and then you press start. It's like that, press start, and right now the car is just basically park itself. Let's try it one more time. We tried it in the beginning, we try it also now. So it should do maybe not so good here. It's kind of complicated, this area, because you have also this building. I'm really curious if it managed to park here. So it parks. It stopped automatically. I don't know, I didn't do anything. I didn't brake, I let it go, it stopped. Let's try one more time another place, because there maybe it's a little bit more complex. Maybe let's try out here, close to these ones. So let me try here, let me try around here. Let's see if it finds on the left side, or maybe left side doesn't work. Yeah, anyway, doesn't matter. Let me park and then we end. Anyway, this video, it's very long. It should work, but you should have patience with it, of course. And yeah, anyway, I like where they position the stalk here behind it. It's really nice positioned. It's really well. Again, here the parking sensors, and you can see it sees everywhere around the car what's going on, which is quite nice. And this is the parking button. So yeah, that was all. 7.4 liter consumption. I think it's phenomenal. 1 hour and 6 minutes, 33 kilometers. Was horrible, so much traffic around there, man. I can't believe that. So the car is lovely. Those are the headlamps, by the way, very bright, very nice white light. I definitely think they're really good. So yeah, from my point of view, a very well built car. Also up here we have LEDs, which is cool. Anyway, the full review with all the information regarding the car, you will find it on a separate video, so definitely check out the full review as well to get more information about the car. Let's recapitulate a little bit. Let's make an overall short review about the car. Suspension are very comfortable, at least on those 16-inch rims with plenty of rubber. I think this is helping a lot. Also, it's helping with the sound insulation. Outside it's very windy. Look at the flags. You see the flags are moving quite aggressively, so it's very windy, and we go on the highway at high speed, and the car performed very well in terms of sound insulation. I tested also a little bit earlier. Very good. Great suspension on the softer side, but good control on the curves as well. Great sound insulation. I love the engine, not so noisy, so it's very silent and it run good. Love the gearbox. Great combination between the electric motor and the engine. Very quick response. Very good ergonomy. I feel like I can switch between the different modes without any problem. I have also physical button on the steering wheel. The safety feature work fine, and overall it feels very comfy on those fabric material seats. Overall, I would say the 30,000, the entry-level version, the second entry-level version, it's almost pretty a good car. And you know, if you buy a Volkswagen, you know it's a reliable car, you know it's a good car. So they know how to make those cars with internal combustion engine. They are probably one of the best when it comes to those. And yeah, I would say it's definitely a great car to buy if you are on the market in this class. No wonder why they sell 2 million cars all over the world, T-Rocs, and this is only the second generation. So yeah, amazing car from this point of view. Don't miss out the review video, will be really interesting. I will show you everything about the car. I will have the car, and I will have also on the channel nighttime drive, all other videos, you know, with lights, with driving in the nighttime on dark streets and so on. So stay close to see more information. I hope the video was useful. I hope you get some useful information from this video. I want to show you something and we go outside. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And I want to show you something outside before we end up. This is the handle. This is how you go outside, by the way, guys. I want to show you something going outside. And by the way, if you're in Romania and Bucharest, definitely check out Euro Techno Group. They are very nice. They already have the car on the test drive. This is how the lights look like in the back with IQ lights. You have this nice, super nice LED light bar with the LED illuminated logo. You have IQ lights. Yeah, IQ Travel they call it. Basically the safety features that I didn't know a little bit earlier. And then you have the 16-inch rims, exactly what I told you, and you have this front end with IQ Matrix headlamps, and you can see the LED light bar across the front of the car and illuminated Volkswagen badge. Quite nice, right? So that was all, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you get some useful information. Stay safe, and we see you soon in the next one. Bye, guys.